Picture this. It's 1995. It's Saturday night. You're 8 years old with zero responsibilities. Sitting down to watch Snick. You're laughing at Keenan and Kel, all that, maybe Rugrats, wishing you could chill on that comfy-ass orange couch. Those kids probably don't even know what homework is. But then, the dread kicks in. The fun ends. It's time for bed. The Ren and Stimpy outro plays, and you know what's coming. The one show that traumatized an entire generation. A show so creepy, even the cool kids bailed before it started. I'm talking about the one and only Are You Afraid of the Dark? And just what is it that made the show so scary? Well, the intro didn't help for one, taking all the things that we normally associate with fun and playtime and showing how sinister they can be with just the right film filter. But I want to talk about a particular episode that scared the bejesus out of me. And one that I still quote to this day, submitted for your approval to the Midnight Society. I am talking about The Tale of the Frozen Ghost. You know, the episode. Admittedly, with my jaded adult eyes rewatching this episode, it's a little more campy than frightening, but still, the image of that creepy little kid showing up outside our protagonist's window and whispering to him, "I'm cold," still makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. So I looked it up, and this was voted like the third most scariest Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, with like 1,100 people voting on it. And, you know, granted, it's BuzzFeed, but, like, still, you know, they were right on this one. And the other two episodes that beat this out was that episode with that stupid clown Zebu and that weird spaghetti pool monster. And I might do more videos and cover those episodes and actually, you know, like, comment down below if you want me to, because apparently I have to tell you guys to reach out to me, which is supposed to drive up engagement. And look, your boy's poor and broke, and my cardboard house needs a new roof, so I need those 30 cents from this video. Help a boy out. But anyways, we're not here for them. So this episode begins when little Charlie and his babysitter Daphne, played by none other than Melissa Joan Hart, fresh off her Clarissa Explains It All fame. They are banished to Charlie's aunt's house in the middle of nowhere because his parents are getting married and their own son isn't invited to their wedding. I'm assuming the implication is like they went on their honeymoon and they don't want their weird ass son around, like interrupting, because like they're trying to like knock boots and they don't want their weird son there, like playing video games all the time. But Charlie is rich, and I guess rich parents just like hate their kids. That's, you know, it was the 90s. Or maybe everyone just hates Charlie. Later on in the story, like I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but his two aunts are like, we don't talk about the ghost in between each other. And his one aunt goes, hey, Charlie, by the way, this house is totally haunted. And I didn't want to tell you because, like, I didn't want you to have nightmares. Well, good, sweet dreams, you fucking idiot. Lo and behold, Charlie goes to bed and just gets absolutely brain blasted in his sleep by the ghost. And the ghost is just, like, beating the shit out of him, like, just doing ultra combos on his Andula Oblongata. It's nuts. So anyways, we find out that Charlie's aunts are spinsters, live alone, are absolutely dirt poor, so much so they actually like didn't have electricity for the past 3 months, and everyone's just like, that's fine, and have trouble keeping a man around the house.
Walter was supposed to do it, but he left rather suddenly.
If you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm sure they are just sisters. Snick, you're not fooling me, man. Anyway, so admittedly, the story of the Frozen Ghost, Tale of the Frozen Ghost, is kind of all over the place. There's the ghost of a child haunting the old farmhouse who can, like, attack you in your sleep. And he also, like, watches you take bath. At least that's the implication. The little weirdo. There's a whole subplot about a bank robber who hid his gold somewhere in the house. And then he was just, like, arrested and put on a train to be taken to prison. And then the whole train derailed and killed everyone on board. Jesus Christ. Are You Afraid of the Dark is fucking brutal, man. It's like a Souls-like game or something. Anyways, later on, we find out that little boy died because he froze to death out by the woodshed. They just found him in like a fetal position, which is like really sad. Because earlier he was sneaking around the house looking for cookies, and then he stumbled on where the bank robber hid his gold, and then the kid like ran into a tree log, and the bank robber chased him and stole his jacket, and then the kid just like crawled over the woodshed to die like some sick dog. Hey, sorry, kid, you're dead. Anyways, later on, while they are outside chopping wood, Daphne calls Charlie a loser, and it's probably because he tried to sneak into Daphne's bed earlier that night. And, like, buddy, just because you're rich, it doesn't mean you can just do whatever you like. Charlie's picking up some bad habits early on, and Daphne just starts shoving dirt pies into his clothes because Charlie is kind of like a loser, I guess, is the moral of the story. He likes to stay inside and play video games, so obviously he's the worst person in the world, and he's rich, so, he's cooked. So while she's doing that, the frozen ghost shows up and lures Daphne away because he starts going, "I'm cold," and Daphne goes, "Holy crap, I can actually hear that." And then once Daphne leaves, he starts just hounding poor Charlie. And I think this is where a lot of the terror from the episode comes from, because no matter how hard he tries to get away, just poor Charlie can't escape this ghost. Like, this kid is just instant transmissioning all over the map, definitely using cheat codes. Eventually, they find out that all the frozen ghost wanted was his jacket back, which was stuffed in the log he was hiding in. So apparently the bank robber pulled it off the poor kid, but then, like, put it back for some reason. And this little guy was so just cookie crazy, he couldn't find his jacket again and then died. Who knows? They also find, like, a key in the log, and it opens the flue to the wood stove, and just like $1 billion of gold doubloons come tumbling out. And that's probably why these women are so poor. It wasn't the bank robber stash. These poor old ladies were just buying up all those commemorative 9/11 coins, or the gold buffalo coins, or whatever else they sell to. They shill to old people during the commercials of Murder, She Wrote and Matlock and Wheel of Fortune. And honestly, all's well that ends well. Now these poor old friends, quote unquote, can buy all the cats and reverse mortgages they can handle, and surely Charlie isn't traumatized in the least, and his parents probably still hate him, and he has to live in this house with no power for like the next week. And Melissa Joan Hart goes on to star in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so everybody wins. Yay. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming down on this little trip of memory lane with me. Like I said, I'll do more of these Are You Afraid of the Darks episodes, because it's easy content, and a lot of the episodes are on YouTube, so that rules. And I am creatively bankrupt, so let's go. Free content, boys. Also, I stream, so come hang out with me on stream, because I make 30 cents a stream. And if I make enough money to buy a Burger King kids meal, all my followers are going to get one french fry. So, see you there.